The main character of the story is Natsuru. One fine day, he realizes that he has been turned into a girl, and that his teddy bear can even speak human language. The tiger told Natsuru that he had been chosen to be a Kampfer, and that the condition for being a Kampfer was to become a woman. Before transforming, the bracelet will glow to signal him. Not daring to believe these things to be true, Natsuru was so confused that he suddenly woke up from his strange dream. On the way to school, Natsuru meets the girl of his dreams named Sakura. But while talking to Sakura, Natsuru's bracelet suddenly glows, so he realizes that last night's events were not a dream. And a red-haired girl named Akane appeared to attack him with a gun. Immediately after running away from the bus stop, Natsuru was transformed into a girl, and Akane also gave chase to attack him. While fighting, Sakura suddenly appeared, and when she saw that Akane was about to shoot her, Natsuru accidentally shot a fireball at Akane to save her. Due to Natsuru's attack, an electric pole fell on Akane, but Natsuru was able to save her quickly, and when he saw his arms, Akane immediately ran away. Sakura then ran over to ask if Natsuru was okay, but he rushed out of the place. As soon as they got to school, a girl with glasses came to Natsuru's class, and she introduced herself as the red-haired Kämpfer who fought him this morning. Akane is a shy librarian, but each time she transforms, her personality becomes more ferocious. Akane also explains that the two of them are allies, because their bracelets are blue while the enemies will be red, and the Kampfers will have three main forms, using swords and guns. And magic. After school, Sakura found Natsuru. She wanted to ask him to help her find the blue-haired girl, because Sakura had feelings for the female Natsuru without knowing that the two were one. When she heard that Sakura liked the female Natsuru, the teddy bear laughed. The next day at school, Natsuru went to Akane for advice. While talking, Akane suddenly transforms into Kampfer and points a gun to his face, and a mysterious chain using Kampfer attacks the two of them. After fleeing for a while, the attack stopped when the school bell rang. And the student council president Shizuku summoned Natsuru along with Akane to meet her to investigate the reason for the collapse of the library, as the two of them were the only ones present at the library at the time of the incident. Sakura continued to follow Natsuru to ask him to help find the blue-haired girl, so he invited Akane to his house to ask for advice. The next day, Natsuru went to see Sakura in her female form, and after Sakura confessed her feelings, Natsuru ran inside to ask for Akane's help. Shizuku revealed that he was actually a Kampfer with a red arm, and was also the one who used a chain to attack the two of them in the library. The two of them tried to run away from Shizuku's pursuit, but when they were cornered, they had no choice but to fight. Natsuru used his magic to shoot the fire alarm, causing the water to automatically spray, and that distracted Shizuku, so Akane took the opportunity to subdue her. However, Natsuru stopped Akane from killing Shizuku, and he let Shizuku leave the place. The next day, Shizuku summoned Natsuru and Akane to meet her again, and she forced Natsuru to transform into a girl to study in the girls' area. The boys and girls in the school had to study in two separate areas, and today was the first time Natsuru entered the girls' area in his Kampfer form. Natsuru noticed that he was placed in the same class as Akane, and he quickly became popular with the girls due to his good looks. During class, the other girls kept looking at Natsuru, and a school reporter also appeared to interview this rising star. Things didn't stop there. The class representative along with the class officials also sold tickets to everyone to see Natsuru, and thanks to that, they made a lot of money. After a tiring day at school, he was teased by the tiger when he got home, so he threw it straight in the trash. At school, Sakura is constantly stalking Natsuru, and while having lunch with her once, Shizuku deliberately talked about how the female Natsuru was in love with the male Natsuru. Sakura and the girls in the school were shocked to hear the news. And Akane also went to Natsuru because he didn't understand what was going on. However, Akane accidentally fell on top of Natsuru, and Sakura accidentally saw the two of them. Sakura was angry that he was a bad guy, having been loved by a beautiful girl but still having a crush on the female Natsuru. Finally, one day Natsuru was returned to the boys' area in his true form. But not for a moment. His friend announced that the school newspaper had announced that Natsuru girl would participate in the beauty contest in this year's school festival, and he realized that this was Shizuku's game again. Natsuru went to Shizuku's massage to beg her to disqualify him from the competition, and she took the opportunity to seduce Natsuru. At that moment Akane appeared to stop the two of them. Shizuku still forces Natsuru to participate in the beauty pageant because she's still not happy, and tells her that next time she wants him to come as a boy. Before the festival started, Natsuru entered the changing room and saw Sakura in a wedding dress, causing him to imagine himself being married to her. But their romantic moment was interrupted by Akane, and she declared war on Sakura over Natsuru. After that, Natsuru took to the stage in a prince's army, and Sakura would be his princess, only unfortunately he was in his Kampfer form. While the two were filming a romantic scene together, Akane in Kampfer's form also appeared, and she kept shooting bullets at the two of them out of jealousy, until Natsuru accidentally fell on top of her. However, she quickly pushed Natsuru away, causing his suit to break, and it turned out that it was all a conspiracy by the trio of class officials. Just as Akane was about to shoot Sakura, the gun was thrown out of her hand, and it was Shizuku who did it. The contest then turned into a battlefield for all three girls, and Shizuku threw a knife, causing the remaining three to faint instantly, ending the chaos. When he woke up, Natsuru blamed Shizuku for dragging him into all this trouble, but Shizuku didn't say much and immediately locked his lips. The next day when he wakes up, Natsuru meets his childhood friend Makoto again in his house. While waiting for the school bus, Makoto asked Natsuru about his rumors with the female Natsuru. But while talking, he didn't know why his bracelet suddenly glowed, so he hurriedly ran away before being transformed. As soon as he arrived at school in the form of Kampfer, Natsuru was caught by three class officials, and they forced Natsuru to work in the class cafe. Natsuru found out that he would have to serve his friend, but the class representative tricked Natsuru's friend into taking medicine, so he had to hurry to find the restroom. Soon after, Shizuku and Sakura also went to the cafe to be served by him, and Shizuku asked Natsuru to kiss Sakura. But he didn't have the courage to do it. Despite her disappointment, Sakura happily asked Natsuru to spend the rest of the day hanging out with her. And when the two of them entered a haunted house, someone attacked Natsuru, so he left Sakura there and chased after her. She also stops to confront Natsuru and reveals that she is a Kampfer with a red arm, saying that she attacks Natsuru. The white-haired girl was a very skilled sword-wielding Kampfer, so Natsuru was quickly defeated, but fortunately Akane was there in time to save him. Shizuku also appeared to help them stop the girl, and Natsuru recognized the white-haired girl as Makoto. After that, everyone got together to turn back to normal. Natsuru and the girls went to Sakura's house to play, and they realized that her house was decorated with a bunch of creepy stuffed animals like their own. Sakura devised a game of eating chocolate sticks together in the hope that she could kiss Natsuru. But the lottery couldn't be matched with Natsuru, so she ended the game. Sakura gave everyone a tour of her room filled with horror dolls. Makoto also went to Sakura's house, and she brought a huge pot of curry, so everyone sat down to enjoy her curry. That night, the girls competed to sleep with Natsuru, so he escaped to a room filled with horror-stuffed bears to sleep. Feeling scared, he suddenly turns back into a boy. And right after that, Sakura sneaked under the blanket to confide in him. Natsuru tried very hard to hide Sakura from seeing him. Akane broke into their warm atmosphere with the sound of her gun. Natsuru also transformed back into her Kampfer form to shield Sakura, but she fainted from fear. The two were arguing when a Kampfer girl suddenly appeared in the window, and she was Kampfer with a white bracelet and a weapon that was a sickle attached to a chain. When she was about to attack Natsuru with Akane, Shizuku stopped her just in time. And she realized that Shizuku was no ordinary class, so she withdrew immediately. While taking Sakura back to her room, Shizuku questioned Natsuru about what he and Sakura did when they were alone. And Shizuku realizes that she has fallen in love with Natsuru. The next day at school, Shizuku asked Natsuru to go on a date with her. The two went out together on a Sunday, and during the date, Natsuru didn't seem too happy, as he still wanted to go on a date with Sakura rather than with Shizuku. To score more points in Natsuru's eyes, Shizuku offered him a bento she made herself, and she even forced him to let her feed her. After eating, Shizuku shared that the organizer of this Kampfer fight is likely related to Sakura more or less, and that person wants to speed up the plan by launching white Kampfers. However, Shizuku had only said to herself that Natsuru had been asleep for a long time, so she had to put Natsuru's head on the pillow to sleep. On the way back, the two were caught by Makoto, and when she learned that they were dating, Makoto punched Natsuru and ran home sobbing. Natsuru and the girls had an outing at the water park, and he was happy that he finally got the chance to hang out with Sakura in his true form. But Sakura was only interested in female Natsuru. Never mind. Natsuru was looking for the bathroom when three girls suddenly rushed out to attack him, and they were all Kampfers wearing white rings. Fortunately, Akane came to his rescue in time, and Shizuku was also present to stop the other 3 girls, but the white Kampfers used a bomb to escape. That night, everyone gathered in the living room to watch the fireworks, and Shizuku openly let everyone know that she had locked Natsuru's lips before, leaving everyone in shock. Seeing that everyone didn't believe it, she did it again for them to see, and Sakura seemed very interested when she learned that Shizuku had feelings for Natsuru. Sakura gave a very cunning smile and then she asked everyone's permission to take Natsuru outside to talk to her privately. And right after that, Natsuru looked like a lost soul who only knew how to do what Sakura said. After waiting for a long time without seeing Sakura and Natsuru coming back, the other 3 girls got worried and ran to find them, but the 3 of them were only worried about arguing over Natsuru. Meanwhile, Natsuru didn't understand why he was watching the fireworks with Sakura, and she was now revealing her dirty nature. Since Shizuku is a very intelligent person and constantly thwarts her plans, she wants Natsuru to return to her side and seduce Shizuku for her. Natsuru was quickly hypnotized by Sakura again, and Makoto suddenly appeared to attack the 2 of them thinking they were having an affair. But when he turned around, Sakura was nowhere to be found. When they got back to the hotel, Natsuru didn't remember anything, and Sakura also appeared in the hotel pretending nothing happened. That night, Natsuru went to Shizuku's room to get rid of her as Sakura ordered. And at first, Shizuku seems to be very entertaining, but when she learns that Natsuru is under hypnosis, Shizuku knocks him out, because she doesn't want to win Natsuru's love this way. Sakura is now with the white Kampfers, and she realizes her plan to seduce Shizuku has failed. The next morning Natsuru woke up without remembering a single thing during the hypnosis, and Sakura suddenly appeared behind Shizuku with a murderous expression on her face, but when she turned around, she was back with Shizuku. His curvaceous face. Even so, Shizuku was a smart person so she still vaguely realized that the person behind everything was Sakura. The next day, Shizuku invited Natsuru to her house to play, and she showed Natsuru the burnt-out lion from Sakura's place. It tells the 2 of them that, in a distant universe, there are 2 forces of blue and red that are always fighting with each other, so one force has stopped that war, then decided to divide the victory or defeat for them. Fight by organizing a war between the green and red Kampfer in the earth. Even so, Natsuru still didn't believe Sakura could be related to the game's organizers, so Shizuku locked his lips to help him regain his lost memories while being hypnotized by Sakura. Natsuru's brain isn't working properly so he still goes to Sakura's house to ask what's going on. Sakura knew that there was no use in hiding, so she told him right away, and told him that she only likes girls and has no need for boys. After saying that, she immediately used her ability to turn Natsuru into a girl and then hypnotized him. Akane, Makoto, and Shizuku are all invited by Natsuru to the school's rooftop, and they realize that this is a trap set by the white Kampfers. However, Natsuru suddenly appeared and attacked all 3 girls, and Sakura joined the fight soon after. Although Sakura was not a Kampfer, she had superior strength, so all 3 girls were quickly captured by her. Sakura is working for the creator of this game, so she formed the white Kampfer team to destroy them and start back game. Sakura forced Natsuru to kill 3 girls when suddenly he woke up. The 3 girls also took advantage of Sakura's loophole to free themselves, and they quickly defeated Sakura's group thanks to the power of love. Sakura still tries to seduce Natsuru back to her, but he quickly turns back into a boy, much to her disgust, and slaps him. Realizing that this war is not in her favor, Sakura decides to withdraw peacefully. When the battle ended, the girls continued to compete for Natsuru, making him happy to realize that he made the right decision by choosing these 3 girls. Thank you for watching this anime review video. I will leave other videos of the channel here, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button along with the bell button to receive notifications of the latest videos.